Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It is time for our weekly shop update. Let's see what the date is today. It is Thursday, September 9th. So, the weather is starting to get really nice around here. The thing that I love about September in Kansas is it's our transition month. You can have some warm days, but for instance, this morning it was in the 50s. So it may be in the 80s in the afternoon, but it's in the 50s in the morning. So really good timing because right now we're doing a bunch of dynoing. So did end up getting, so this is a B16. This is a spare engine for Cliff Ira's Honda Del Sol that I'm attempting to get together before the runoffs, hoping I have all the parts. Of course, the big issue is what? Head gaskets. So we have some head gaskets. I'm hoping we have the right thickness to be able to actually install the head onto the block. Need to get this together in the next couple weeks because we are just about ready to head to Indianapolis. So I'm going to do a quick shop update. So in the month of September, I'm doing about 25 dyno sessions. So I am spending a lot of time on the dyno. So what I'm doing is we are going to do a dyno mashup, pre-runoffs dyno mashup. Everybody that has been on the dyno from August 31st until I leave, which is about September, let's see, 24th, I leave to go to the runoffs. Everybody that is here this month, we're going to do a dyno pull. And it's going to be one video, and it's going to be all the dyno pulls, just one after another, one after another. Give you guys an idea of all of the different vehicles. It's not just race cars, there's street cars, there's some surprises. So I think you'll enjoy some of that. So down to only cleaning the BMW. Actually got the car on the dyno this morning when it was nice and cool. Everything's running perfectly. Couldn't be happier with where we are sitting going into Indianapolis. So that's about the only update for this week on the BMW. Did get the Pantera back in, and this is probably the most interesting thing I've seen in a while. And when I say interesting, I also mean ridiculous. So customer called me because he was driving down the road and all of a sudden the clutch went out. Get the car back to the shop here, and what we've got is the original clutch braided line that runs under the car. This is part of it as well, and some genius decided that a couple of hose clamps and some solid plastic, I don't even know what it is, some solid plastic line with a couple of hose clamps. So what happened was this popped out of here and he lost all of his clutch hydraulic fluid. So this is it's an old car, and so here's what I did to fix this little issue. And it's a bit of a Rube Goldberg setup, but I needed to be able to tie into both of these lines. So I was able to find a good hydraulic fitting to go to 8th NPT. So then I adapted 8th NPT to dash 4 on both sides, 8th NPT to dash 4, and made a nice little braided line here. So this will fix this problem, bleed the clutch, and off we go. So good news for the Pantera. We're going to get her down on the ground first of the week, get her back out of here. So not a lot of progress on the Cadillac this week, simply because waiting on a special tool. Seems like every time I turn around, I need a special tool for this car. So in this case, I need a special socket. I may have mentioned this last week. I need a special socket to go around this funny square-sided nut. There's double nuts, so that's how you set the preload on the bearings. So just kind of waiting on that, doing some nut and bolt checking, cleaning, things like that. You can see the housing's just sitting over here. So we'll get everything cleaned up, looking good. Nothing really has happened on the Integra. Eric has got his fenders done, and you can see they are looking good, wrapped up, installed. We're going to be doing some more dynoing, of course. Well, this is the camera that I'm using for all of the dyno sessions this month. But yeah, these fenders are looking pretty sexy. So the car's looking good. Eric is up in Lincoln right now. I'm actually heading there this afternoon. We're going to run a new M3 with Eric, and I are going to be running Bob and Patty Tennell's car in E Street Prepared, I believe. Just goes to show you how little I know. What did Cole Trickle say? They told me to drive, so I drove the car. So that's what I'm going to do. They told me to drive, I'm going to drive. I'm not a soloist. I've done it like 3 times in my whole life. But it is an awesome atmosphere, and I do really enjoy going to a solo event. It's very intense and a lot of fun, and you almost never see adrenaline like you can in a solo event, which is pretty cool. So gonna load up the golf cart onto the open trailer and throw it behind the RV and head up there pretty shortly here. So that's about it for this week, kids. Like I said, lots and lots of dynoing every single day. 2 cars on the dyno already today. We've got a full load of dynoing next week and the week after from people all over the country. And then we will get the dyno mashup month of September. I got to figure out how to spit this out a little smoother. Oh, no phone calls right now. Got to figure out how to spit this out a little bit smoother, but it's a month of dynos. Anyway, we'll come up with something better than that. So I think that'll be really interesting. And then, of course, I will be doing all sorts of video from the runoffs in Indianapolis. Yes, that Indianapolis. We do get to run on part of the big track. So leading up to it here, I will be kind of giving you guys a really good, easy way to watch the races. If you want to, you can follow qualifying during the week, and obviously all of the races throughout the entire runoffs. I'll get that up on the computer probably next week, so you can do a little paste on your browser and know exactly how to make that happen. It can be a little tricky if you haven't been watching the runoffs for a bunch of years. Can be a little tricky to understand how it works, but I'll do my best to explain that next week. And there will be, of course, lots of dynoing going on, but for now, I'm hoping that you guys have had a great week and that the weather's cooling off like it is here. And we are super stoked to head off to Indianapolis in just over 2 weeks. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon.